We've come way too far with false, malicious, intentionally erroneous information, when people have lost their lives. At the press conference I gave, I talked about 1979 and the rice riots, and people bringing $9 rice that never got here. 1980, people telling their own side of versions of stories, and a lot of you know what people say against you in a day-to-day thing. People lost their lives. 1981, people lost their lives. 1985, people lost their lives. 1990, straight through the civil conflict, people lost their lives because of people intentionally misrepresenting the facts. We should be careful with reckless statements. They haunt us. The takeaway message I want to give you is very simple. You have a right to ask questions. In fact, it is your bounden duty to hold us to a higher standard, to ask those questions, and it is our imperative to respond to those questions. But do so responsibly, especially when you've given the public trust. Before making sweeping and castigatory allegations, stop for a second. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Secondly, let me do a little more research. And then thirdly, if that research doesn't pan anything for you that gets you satisfied, take the next step and ask the individual institution or the multiple institutions that have the responsibility for overseeing those things for the country. And it's not even just for the country. If you run your private business, for those of you that are publishers in here, it behooves you to take that one additional step. You see, it took the young man 5 seconds to get onto the web. And you know, you got 4G now, so you can get on very quickly. You see the FARA website, it's there. So it's not a confidential document that's hidden somewhere, shrouded in secrecy, and suggesting that, you know, Mrs. Sirleaf told us to go take that money and go run away and tell the central bank governor, oh, you know, my man, soon our money can't take it and send it right back to America. Why would somebody even start to suggest that? $200 million. Think about what you're saying. That's more than half of this year's budget. And that money was taken and put into lobbying? I mean, seriously, people, does that even make sense to you? Seriously, tell me, I mean, am I missing something? So please, folks, we got one Liberia. We screwed it up before, let's not do it again. We are all working together to fix it. And it makes it difficult when people that sit at the highest levels of government and people who are political animals take politicking to a new low and embarrass us all.